I know it's probably hot outside, but how about a little Christmas in July? In today's video, I have some Christmas crafts that I think you're gonna love. So stay tuned to see how I made over the things that I've thrifted into wonderful Christmas decor. Hey my friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Melissa, and in this video today, it is all things Christmas. It's part of a collaboration hosted by Crafting with Indie Annie Jones, and it's called Christmas Palooza. So in the playlist that I'm gonna have linked in the description box, there is gonna be a ton of Christmas motivation to get you ready. I know it's early, I know it's still hot outside, but it's never too early for Christmas, so we're gonna give you a ton of motivation to get you ready for the Christmas holidays. In my video, I have several things that I have either thrifted or things that I've had in the house that I just need to make over. So I'm turning them into some beautiful Christmas decor. So I can't wait to show you what all I've done. So let's go ahead and jump in. This first project is going to be an easy one because I have this frame that I thrifted from my neighborhood. Somebody was just giving away a bunch of frames, and then this one was in there, and it's already green. I don't know if you can really see it in the light, but it's already green with this pretty gold embellishment. So I'm not even going to do anything to the frame, but I am going to use an IOD transfer from this packet. I got it last year, never used it, but I'm going to use, if I can find it, I'm going to use this bird right here. I just think it is so pretty, and it's going to really fit well in this frame. And I'm going to put the bird on top of this bit of sheet music. I thrifted this book, this music book, from a garage sale for 50 cents. And I did it for the sole purpose of being able to use the music as background on projects. So this is gonna be an easy one. I'm just gonna cut this out to fit the frame, and then I'm gonna put the transfer on here. If you've never used a transfer before, it's super easy. You just take the white backing off, lay the transfer onto your project, and you use this little stick to rub on top of the transfer, and you start lifting up that little plastic until the transfer is completely onto your project. Then when you're finished, you go over it with that plastic and make sure that you press all of the image into the project you're working on. Then now that I'm done, I'm just gonna take some tape in case someone, if they buy this and they wanna use the frame for something else, it'll be easy for them to take this apart. But I'm just gonna tape it to the cardboard and then put the cardboard and the image back into the frame and close it up. And that is how simple this project is. And I just think it turned out so pretty. I think this is the perfect addition to any Christmas vignette. You'll have to let me know in the comments what you think. This is another easy project. I got this little basket from Target a couple of years ago, and I've really never done anything with it, but it's great for using for decor, and I thought that this would be something really cute at Christmas. You can take this lid off, put in you some really pretty Christmas ornaments, some green and red and silver and gold, and just put the lid back on, and this would be a great riser for more decor. But I'm gonna use another transfer from this IOD transfer set. Again, I got this last year, but I'm not really sure how old it is because I have really not been crafting that long. So I'm not sure what year this came out, but this is what I'm gonna use. And I'm gonna use this round holly berry transfer. And I'm also gonna cut, I don't know if I should cut it out. Yeah, I'll probably cut it out because I don't wanna have this and this on there, but I am gonna use this in the middle. So I'm just gonna get this cut off, cut this part out, and then I'm gonna get to transferring, and that is gonna be it for this project. Now I will say that I probably jumped the gun here. I probably should have gone over this little lid with a clear coat or something like that, because normally I don't have a hard time with getting the transfer or the images to transfer onto my project, but this one took me a while. I guess maybe because it's on this raw edge, I don't know, but it took me a really long time. I say a really long time. It took a lot to get this to transfer on. It finally did, and it came out beautifully, but it just took a little more effort than what it normally takes to get the image transferred. So I will say, if you're gonna use a transfer, you might want to put a top coat on there first. And I didn't really think about this until after I set this transfer down, but I should have lined it up with the grain of the wood, but it's fine. It's turned out fine anyway. But now I'm just gonna go over the lid with a coat of clear wax, the Waverly clear wax, and I'm gonna wipe back the excess, and this is how it turned out. For this next project, I'm going to make a Christmas ornament, and this is something I did last year for my vendor booth, and I actually sold several of these. So I'm going to do it again this year, but I bought this from Dollar Tree, and then I printed out several images from just Google searches, and I'm going to do a reverse transfer. So I'm going to use Mod Podge to transfer this image onto the wood piece. But before I do that, I'm gonna paint it. So let me go ahead and get started painting. I'm gonna use the Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster. I didn't really worry about doing 2 coats. I just did 1 coat and it covered it just fine. And the reason I didn't worry about 2 coats was because I knew that the image was going to cover most of it. And honestly, this paint really does cover these little wood pieces really well. But I just got it painted, and while that's drying, I went ahead and cut out the paper away from the image as close as I could. All right, I have this cut out. And so what you're going to do this reverse transfer is you are going to use Mod Podge on the printed side of the paper, and you want to make sure you get, especially on the edges, get the Mod Podge all on there. And once you have the Mod Podge on the whole image, especially like I said around the edges, then you are going to place it onto the project where you want it. Let me make sure I get it in the right place. And then you're going to press it down real good. And then you're going to let this dry overnight. You're going to be so tempted, trust me, because I was tempted to, give it, a couple hours. Oh, it feels dry. You want to make sure that you get this completely dry and let it cure. So you need to let it sit overnight. And when I say overnight, I mean 24 hours. I'm doing this in the morning, And so I'm not gonna mess with it until tomorrow morning. So it needs to be 24 hours. All right, it's been 24 hours and this is what it looks like. It's completely dry. So now I have a paper towel that I've wet and I'm just gonna put it on top of the image and you will start to be able to see that image come through. But you wanna get it wet enough to where you can start peeling back the back of that paper. So I'm gonna get this nice and wet. And then you just, once you do that, you just start kind of rubbing the paper. It needs to be a little wetter. And you just start rubbing back that paper. See how that's coming off? And you do this until you get all of that paper off of the image. And it's as simple as that. And if you see any part that, you know, is probably not wet enough, you can just go back over it with that paper towel. Look how pretty that is. See, like that's probably not wet enough. So you just go back over it. And then once you get that off, you can, if you see that it is starting to cloud up a little, then you can go back over it with the paper towel. There we go. And then once you get all that off and it dries, then you can seal it. And I'm gonna go over this with a clear wax first, because this is kind of a vintagey image. I want to give it a vintage look. So I'm gonna go over this with a clear wax first, and then I'm gonna go over the edges with an antique wax along the sides, along the edges, and then kind of bring that antique wax in toward the center just to make it look really aged. Like I said, I made several of these last year for my vendor booth. I just found cute vintagey looking images from Google and just printed them out. And that was what I used. And I just think they turned out really cute. And like I said, I sold several of them, so I'm doing it again this year. And this is what the ornament looks like when I'm done. I just think they're really cute. For this project, I'm gonna use this tray that I thrifted from Goodwill, and it has a $1.99 sticker on it, but I got it when the red stickers were half off. So I only paid $1 for this. Then I'm gonna make a riser out of it. So I couldn't really find any sort of feet looking wood pieces from Dollar Tree. I see people getting little wood pieces all the time, and I don't ever seem to find those. But I did find these little wood, they're called wood dice, DIY wood dice. So I am just gonna use these for the feet of the risers. I had to get 2 packs of them to get 4. Then I'm gonna use another transfer from that same IOD transfer set, and I'm gonna use this truck. Now, this was a lot of empty space, but I couldn't use anything that was gonna be too long, like a word that was too long. So I do have this word joy that I got from Dollar Tree. It was in a pack of, I don't know, 3 or 4 words. So I am going to paint an area red, and then once it dries, I'm gonna set this joy word down. And when I paint the tray, I'm gonna put this down and paint over it. and then pull it up so that you see the red joy come through the white, if that makes sense. You'll see it. You'll understand what I'm talking about when I do it. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead, take the sticker off, get it cleaned up, and then I need to glue these feet onto the bottom of the tray. To glue these on, I'm using wood glue and a little bit of hot glue just to get it set. And I'm just kind of eyeballing where I want the feet to go. And I let that wood glue dry really good. And then I just start painting it, and I'm gonna paint the bottom and the top and the little feet with Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster. I did start to go over painting the top, and then I realized I forgot I was gonna paint that one little section red. So I just kind of outlined it with the little brush and put a little red area on there, got it to dry with my little heat gun, and then I laid the word joy down on top of that. I tried to hold the metal down. Sorry for the view. I'm totally blocking what I'm doing, but I tried to hold it down as good as possible and paint around the word with the plaster color. And then once I got that done, I just painted the rest of the tray. I did leave the joy down until I did 2 full coats of the chalk paint on the top and the bottom. And then once I finished painting, I took some tweezers, pulled that word joy up, and you'll see that some of the white did get under there. So I have to go over it with a small little paintbrush with the red and just kind of, you know, fill in the spaces that were covered with the white paint. And then that is done. And I just let that dry completely before the next step. I just want to take a minute to welcome all those that are new, and if you're coming from someone else's channel, then I would love to say welcome, and I hope you have a great time over here. And make sure, I just want to remind you to make sure that you go visit Annie's channel, and please check out the playlist. You're going to get a ton of Christmas inspiration. Now I'm going to put the truck transfer down, and this one was way easier to maneuver. I guess because it was more of a solid piece, and it was on a painted surface, but this one was really easy to go down. The only thing was it did cover a little bit of the J, but that's okay because I fixed it once I burnished the image on. I just took the handle of the paintbrush, dipped it in the red, and just went over a couple of parts that needed it. Finally, I'm going to go over it with a coat of the Waverly clear wax again. And once I get it all on, I go over it with a shop towel and wipe away the excess. And at one point you'll see kind of where the red paint smeared, but that's the great thing about the clear wax is it takes it right away. And this is how it turned out. Let me know what you think. Once again, I just want to say thank you so much to Annie for hosting this Christmas in July collaboration. I really do encourage everyone to go visit her channel and make sure that you go check out the playlist. I know that everyone that has taken part in this collaboration has worked really hard to give you some great Christmas motivation, so you don't want to miss any of that. And again, if you're new to my channel and this is your first time here, I would love it if you would consider clicking that subscribe button if you like this sort of content, whether it's thrift hauls, thrift flips, or even some regular shopping hauls. Then I would love it if you would become a part of my YouTube family. And if you are interested in seeing more videos where I give makeovers to things that I have thrifted, then check out the boxes you see on the screen right now, and I'll see you next time. Bye.